Hi, I'm Asim Tanvir and I'm Konami Europe's online and social media manager. I think it's come along really well. It plays a fluid, free game of football, and more importantly for us, a realistic game of football. The pace, I guess from 2016, we've toned it down a little. I guess you could say the pace in 2016 was slightly faster. We tried to probably cast a wider net in terms of an audience, but we've listened to feedback from our fans and brought it back to a kind of a slower, more realistic pace. Player ID is still a huge part of what we do. Players feel like their real life counterparts. And yeah, I just think it plays a nice, open, free game of football. So this FC Barcelona deal is a big deal for us. One of the biggest deals in sports entertainment, as Adam's already said. It just opens up Barcelona themselves, well-respected, historic club with some of the best players in the world, and I think that kind of matches up to kind of the PES and its history as well. We have one of the best clubs in the world, and what we think is the best football game. We think that's kind of a perfect match. And as you can see in the game itself, you've been playing it today. We've got the Barca players looking incredible, 3D scanning. We think it's a perfect fit. And having the Camp Nou exclusive in the game after a long while, fans have been asking for it. It's great also. It's just a perfect fit, we feel, and I think Barca feel the same way as well. My favourite player in the game so far, from the builds we've let you guys play, and the press as well. I'm gonna be biased because I support the club he plays for. Martial is great. And I think one of the things I want to point out is he might be the highest rated player in the game in terms of overall stats, especially when he's playing from the left side. But I think this is something that our data team would like me to highlight as well. The overall stats are there to be looked at and kind of argued amongst the community and the players, but it's the individual stats that matter as well. So the way he controls the ball, his pace, his technique, that really shines for me, and it kind of represents how he plays football in real life. And in PES, I think in 2017, that's perfectly represented. So I play with the default settings, so pass, level, assist 1, which I think is kind of a nice balance between assisted and manual. I use manual passing sometimes in the game when I see a situation. I'll actually use the modifier to do it, but generally I play on the default settings because I think that's kind of strikes a nice balance. But I know there's people out there that want to know more about manual settings and whatnot. You can play like that, but I prefer. I'm probably going to get loads of stuff for this, loads of abuse thrown at me, saying, "Oh, he's not a proper player." But the default settings, as the community will probably testify to, pass support 1. I think it strikes a nice balance between assisted and manual. And the passing, especially now, is more freer anyway in this build you're playing today. And that applies to shooting as well, but those are the settings that I play on. And I think hopefully most people will actually agree the passport default is quite good. Yes, so just to answer that question bluntly, yes, there is more short variation in the game. I do see a lot of people tweeting the official PES account and myself as well, saying that shooting needs to be more varied, passing needs to be more varied. I think again, from the impressions you'll get from the press and the community who played it around Europe and around the world as well, you'll see from their impressions and hear that passing and shooting in general is a lot more varied. I think one of the criticisms that was put towards 2016 was shooting was quite laser guided almost. That I think has gone, and you can actually miss a shot now. You have to actually aim it properly, even on the default settings. If you go obviously more manual, you have to take more care with it. But yeah, even like I said, on the default settings, the passing and shooting are a lot more varied. Yes, those issues have been addressed. So players the quick players will still feel quick, but we worked on the defensive AI and the defensive side of the game to kind of balance that. So you'll notice in PES 2017, you can actually defend properly as well. So if you're playing Barca against Atletico in this code that we've got right now, Barca are kind of a full free-flowing attacking tiki-taka style, quick passing. Atletico are a bit more defensive. They sit back a bit and then break on you with players like Griezmann, Carrasco and whatnot, and Torres. You'll feel that you can actually hold out and defend with teams like that, even though you're playing against Neymar, Messi, Suarez, and so on. You can move the players around and position them correctly. They'll make blocks, they'll make last-ditch tackles if you need to, and there'll be even like second chances to defend as well. But you can, and even if you, so one thing that I want to talk about is advanced instructions, which is something that people should use. You can set your team up to park the bus, almost. That's not the exact name of the setting, but you can kind of swarm the box, and you can set up to be defensive. So if you're 1-0 up, you can actually set up to be defensive, and you'll see that happening in front of your eyes as you switch it on the fly. That allows you to defend properly in the game as well, in conjunction with the much improved defensive AI. Yes, so the tips that I'd give if you're stepping into PES 2017 for the first time is have a look at the game plan menu. And again, I'm going to say again, the advanced instructions, use them. So if you're playing as France, Barca, Arsenal, everyone has a style of football, and we have settings both attacking and defensively that kind of you can change on the fly. As you mentioned previous, when we were around E3, we've got tiki-taka, gegenpressing is offensive, swarm the box, counter targets, center targets. So if you've got a big man up front, say Giroud for France, you can, every time you try and cross the ball in, if you've got center targets on, the Giroud will try and get in the box and get on the end of headers. So that's my main tip, and also total team control. So double tapping on the D-pad, up and down, will kind of move you up attacking level and move you down defensive level, whatever you do. You can go super attacking, defensive, super defensive. Use those wisely. So and that will kind of come along in Mars League, which we'll talk more about at a later date. But when you're playing, say as a smaller team, you'll need to kind of adapt their real life, kind of the way they play, their style, and these settings really allow you to do that. It just makes the game, it just feels great. Whether you're playing as a top team or lower team, it just adds a level of depth to the gameplay that I think is unmatched.